Hi everyone, today I am going to explain you about function overloading in C++. Overloading is a concept which implements the concept of polymorphism in OOPS, object-oriented programming. C++ allows writing flexible and easy to understand code using the concept of overloading. It allows achieving different functionality within the existing code with minimal changes, thus reducing the duplicate code. There are two types of overloading in C++. First one is function overloading and second one is operator overloading. Introduction. Function overloading is the concept which can be defined as the process of having two or more member functions of a class with the same name but different in parameter. We can show the difference in parameters, but the function name will be same. This is possible in C++, whereas it is not possible in C programming. Overloaded functions enable you to supply different semantics for a function depending on the following. So based upon the following things, types of parameter, count of parameter, sequence of parameter, the function overloading concept can be implemented in C++, and it can be called as compile time polymorphism. Let us see an example for function overloading. I am going to explain you two examples. First one, function overloading, which is having different number of arguments, and second one, function overloading having different types of arguments. The difference is here the different number of arguments, the count actually, here different types, that is it means that the data type of the arguments. Program, I have created one function add. Inside add function I have given two parameters int a comma int b, which has the return type int. Inside the function I'm going to display the added value, that is summation of a and b. I'm going to return 0 as an, because we have given int as a return value, I'm using this return statement. The second function is in the same name add. You can see the earlier function also int add. Here also we have mentioned int add. The return type and the function name both are same, but the number of arguments we are passing is different. Here we have 3 arguments, and in the previous function add we have passed only 2 parameters, the 2 integers. All are same only, same data type we have used. Int a comma int b comma int c. Inside again I have added a plus b plus c, that is summation of a, b and c values. Again I have written 0 as a return value. Inside main function I have called add 20, 40 as a first function. Second add 40, 20, 30. So the function name is same, add and add, but the number of parameter is different, that is arguments is different. In the first case 20, 40 only 2 parameter, and in the second case 40, 20, 30 3 parameters, that is arguments. So first the C++ will check for whether we have any function in the name add 20, 40, that is 2 arguments. Yes, we have here. Immediately it will execute as we have placed only 2 arguments in this function. In the second case, the C++ will check for any add function with 3 parameters. Yes, we have. So now it will call for this function, skipping the function with 2 parameters. So this is the function overloading concept. Here the add as the same function name, but we are using different number of arguments. The output for this program is 60 in the first case add function, and in second add 40, 20, 30. The summation of all the 3 values is 90. Let us see an example with different types of arguments. The same pattern. First, I have created one function add with two integer values x comma y. First definition. I have added two values x plus y. Then similarly in the second case you can see the difference in the return value also. Here int and in the second case it is float. Then the function name is same only added. The three functions I have defined here. In all the functions the function name is same add, but the return type values is different. Integer, float and double. So the number arguments are same. Two arguments. Integer, here two arguments, here two arguments. But the data type is different. Here I have placed integer, here float and in the third case it is double. In all the cases I have summed the two values which we received the arguments. In the main function add 20, 40. So similarly in the earlier program it will check for any function with 20, 40, that is two parameters are there. Yes, we have two parameters. Second, it will check for the data type also. So integer, this is an integer value. So it will call this function. In the second case, it will check for the data type. The arguments are same, two arguments. We have two arguments, 1, 2, 3. So we cannot conclude with this number of arguments 2. So it will check for data type. So the data type here is float. So it will call for the second one. And in the third case again it is two parameter. With that we cannot decide which one to be called. So with the parameter it will check for any double values are there. Yeah, we have double value, double x comma double y. So it will call for this third function. So the function overloading will check for the return value. Of course the function name will be same for all the function. So the difference we can see from the return type, the number of arguments, arrangement of arguments, that is order, sequence of arguments, and the number of arguments. Three things: count, data type and the sequence. So three things are very important when we are working with the function overloading. The output for this program is 60 for the first function, 57.95 for the second function, and in the third case it is 60.673 as it is a double. Okay, the rules for function overloading. First, in function overloading, the function must differ in terms of data type, number of sequence of parameters, and of course the count also, total number of arguments. The second one, it cannot differ simply on the basis of return type. So it won't accept only with the return type as a different. It has to consider arguments also. So what are the advantages of overloading, function overloading? The first one, the function can perform different operations and hence eliminates the use of different function name for the same kind of operation. If we want to have the functions with minimal changes, then we can go for this function overloading, because no need to memorize all or keep in mind all the function name with different names. But if it is a similar one but minimal changes, then it is easy for us to understand or to keep in mind. The second one, the program become easy to understand. And the third one, the maintainability of the code will be easy and brings the flexibility in C++ program. So thank you.